just to preface this, this is my own personal opinion, okay? There were a lot of great matches that have happened at WrestleMania. Bret Hart, Stone Cold comes to mind. The Rock, Stone Cold comes to mind. The Rock, Hulk Hogan comes to mind. Firefly Funhouse comes to mind. But in my opinion, the best WrestleMania match was the end of an era Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker, Triple H, with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. And I'll explain why. My criteria are in-ring action in itself, which for two older men plus Shawn Michaels was fairly good, and the storytelling, which was immaculate in this match. So, as we all know, this match was basically Triple H was like, I beat you, you retire, streak is done. Undertaker's like, well, you can't beat me because you already beat Michaels twice, and he beat WrestleMania, beat Triple H at the previous Mania. And Shawn Michaels was the special guest referee, and in the build to this match, the whole time he was saying, I'm gonna be impartial, I'm gonna be impartial. Undertaker clearly doesn't trust him. Triple H is like, don't be impartial. So we get to the match, and the match has great, like, listen, say what you will about The Undertaker and Triple H, they are good wrestlers. Like, I know in their primes, they were really good. I mean, have you seen Triple H in WCW? He was doing some really good athletic stuff. Obviously, as he got older, went more into his gimmick of King of Kings, etc., and all the other stuff he did. He became more of like a brawler. Obviously, same with Undertaker, really athletic to begin with, less so towards the end. I mean, this sort of period, he was just about at the end of his like athleticism, where he could do like old school and stuff. Now it's 4 moves, he's retired. But going on, the match was great. Great storytelling from all three men. The parts where the thing that sticks out to me the most, and it doesn't even have Triple H, where Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin Music's The Undertaker, and he's like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe it, because the whole time Shawn Michaels is trying to be an impartial referee. He's trying to call it down the middle because he respects The Undertaker, but Triple H is his friend, and also Undertaker is the man who retired him. He forced him to retire in Kayfabe, but also he has so much respect for The Undertaker and cares about wrestling. And just the emotions that went through. And then when Triple H went for the pin after that, and just when he kicks out, Triple H and Shawn Michaels are just distraught. They're like, how do we put this man down? You have to be Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, but how do we put this man down? And the finish, it was beautiful. When again, Shawn Michaels is what puts this match over the top for me. Like, this match probably wouldn't be the greatest WrestleMania match ever to me if it wasn't for Shawn Michaels' addition. Like, when Triple H is pinned, Shawn Michaels, he does the right thing. He does the 3 count, and it's just like a flood of emotions for him. Undertaker's just like Triple H is really beat up, I think, at the end of this match. And also, this match did the whole storytelling of the match, where it just degraded into a slugfest with weapons being involved. Amazing. And the cherry on top for me was that last moment where the 3 men are on top of the ramp. I'm pretty sure they carried Triple H up because he was really beat up. They just stood there. They're like, they're looking just down at the ring from the top of the ramp, absorbing all of the crowd around them. Truly, this match really should have main evented, but I know Rock and Cena is just such big money. But the emotion at the end of that, in my opinion, this should have been when all 3 men retired. Obviously, excluding Shawn Michaels, he was already retired, but Saudi money brought him back for one more match. Triple H should have retired at the end of this. He kind of did. Like, he stopped. This was when his in-ring career really became one match every year, one match every 2 years. obviously with the exception of Saudi. And this is when The Undertaker should have retired. Like, there wasn't many more stories you could tell. Obviously, they did Punk. I think they did Bray Wyatt after this as well, and then they did him losing to Lesnar, which I really don't think he should have lost to Lesnar. He should have just retired undefeated, but obviously you got the rub on Lesnar. But this match was billed end of an era. For the reason it should have been the end of an era for these legends. They should have rode off into the sunset after this amazing match with great storytelling, just retire at the top of their game. Because after this, all three of them kind of had duds. Obviously, Shawn Michaels' one was, like, after so many years of saying he's not going to wrestle, the Saudi money kind of got him in, and he was like, I shouldn't have done it. Triple H had some good matches after this, like the Dean Ambrose one was actually a really good match at Roadblock. But then, like, his Mania match that year with Roman was a bit his match with Seth was decent. The match with Batista was decent as well. But they weren't this match. I mean, he did the Survivor Series match where he basically swept the whole of the SmackDown team, I believe. That was just funny, in my opinion. And then Undertaker, after this, it was like, yeah, he beat Punk, he beat Bray Wyatt. Wyatt probably should have beaten him if they were doing that, but, you know, The Fiend is now a thing. But then he lost to Lesnar, and in my opinion, after that loss to Lesnar, it just kind of went downhill. Like, the rematches he had with Lesnar weren't that great. His match with Roman, even he said, was disappointing. His match with Goldberg, extremely disappointing. He brought it back, I think in a tag match, he brought it back, which was pretty good. But all in all, actually, Boneyard match is the only match afterwards I'm like, yeah, man, I love this, because it's American Badass Taker. But yeah, this should have been the perfect send-off for all three men, and that storytelling and setting up this perfect ending is why this match is so good. Again, I do concede there are other fantastic matches, and they can be your best match, but for me, the storytelling and the in-ring action, this match is the greatest WrestleMania match ever in men's singles. I'll do a women's singles and a tag team video as well, but let me know what you think is the greatest men's singles, just men's match. It can be a fatal 4-way triple threat if you want it to be. What do you think is the greatest men's match in WrestleMania? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I look forward to seeing you for my other Mania matches, and also NXT UK reviews every Thursday or Friday.